everybody. What's up? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's me, Maida here. And I just wanted to talk briefly about the power of social media for writers. Sorry if you guys can't hear me. I'm going to speak up a little bit. There's like a tiny plane going overhead. But yeah. So the other day I was at WGN Channel 9 and I was taping a segment. And I had lunch with the senior producer for the morning show for WGN. And she's a friend of mine, but also someone that I consult on her writing. And we were talking about something that had happened over the past weekend, that she had gone to the Global Mix Summit and was honored, spoke on a panel, was featured on the cover of the program, and I was tripping because I couldn't believe that was the first I had heard about it. This is my friend, and I'm like, why do I not know about all this cool stuff that's going on in your life? Your future readers also need to know about all the cool stuff that's going on in your life. And she was like, I know, but it just seems a little bit obnoxious. And I couldn't believe it, because it's not obnoxious. Like, you're being honored. And you're being honored for your profession, for being a writer, for being a producer. Your book is about being a writer, being a producer, and pitching to television. So your audience would be tuned in, and it just adds a layer of credibility to who you are and who you are as an expert if your audience is able to see you doing you. So I got to thinking about it, because for a lot of people, social media does seem a bit obnoxious, like if you're only talking about yourself. But the fact of the matter is that people care more about you doing your profession, doing what makes you an expert, than they care about what you have for lunch. Unless you're a chef, they care more about that than they care about what outfit you're wearing. Unless you're a fashion blogger, they care more about that than your kids going back to school, as precious as they may be. Because you need to be using your social media to zone in, to focus on your message, and to zoom into your key audience. So some people think, if I'm not a rock star or an entertainer or just one of those, models, Instagram models, pretty and famous for doing nothing people, that social media doesn't have its value. And I'm here to tell you, if you think like that, then you're just way off base, and you're not utilizing something that could really make your career. So you absolutely have to hype yourself. Like, even if you have a publicist, you still have to hype yourself. I don't care who you're signed to. I don't care how famous you are. In fact, look at all the people who are actually really famous. The people like your DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled, some people might say he's obnoxious, but it's working for him. He shows his fans engaging with him. He lets you know that the Drake vocals have not come in yet, or that they did come in yet. Hey, Drew. Thank you. Khaled lets you know everything, okay? Diddy did not, and Khaled tells you, we the best. We are the best. Now, this is a man who plays no instruments, who doesn't really DJ, who does not rap, and he has platinum-selling albums. He has more money than he knows what to do with, because he just does stuff like, buy Assad tuxedos. Okay, it's working for him. He leveraged the power of Snapchat, just letting people see him do stuff like jet ski. Now, I'm not saying that, to be focused, that you can't show your life, because people also buy from you because they care about you as a person. Your brand, and the reason that your brand is important to other people is because of who you are. So you can't be afraid to shine. You cannot be afraid to hype up any good reviews that you get, any mock-up covers, bad reviews, if you can, have something constructive to say about it. Your rankings on seller lists, people holding your book, people talking about your book, emails. Share all of that with your audience. Now, some of you all are like, well, you know what? I'm not even a published author yet. So how can I make this social media, thank you for the hearts, how can I make social media work for me when my book's not even out yet? I haven't even finished writing my book. It's too soon to do all that. It's never too soon. It is never too soon, because let me tell you, your pub date will hit you before you know it. And it might even hit you before you feel prepared. So it's never too early to promote your project. You can let people know about your writing process, the bumps in the road, your successes. You can let people know about your rejections, how you go forward with rejections, any problems that you have with printers. Talk about your experience as a writer, because at some point you're not going to be an aspiring writer anymore. At some point you're going to be a published author, and then that information is seen as expert advice. They see how it's taking you from point A to point B along your journey of being a writer. So it's never too early to hype a project. Shoot, I have a book coming out in October 15th, called You Can Write a Book. And it is part motivation, and it's also part action plan that can help you to finish your book in 3 months, maybe even less. Okay, so it's really basically giving you all the tools that you need. You can go to my website, metasmith.com, just like my name, metasmith.com/. You can write a book, and you can get more information on the book that I have coming out in October that can help you become a published author. But let's get back to the social media thing for a second, because some people, like I said, they're reluctant. There's always a new thing or a new feature or some new app. You have to adapt with the time. The journey is always more important than the destination. Absolutely. Let me tell you why the journey is important, because that's how you sell your expert advice later on down the line. You also motivate people. You inspire people. You keep yourself motivated. You stay grounded. You stay humble. You stay thankful. So you do have to appreciate every part of your journey, and you're going to wish that you had documented some of this stuff. What if you end up blowing up, and this can all be a part of your documentary? Preserve all of this, because you're also, if nothing else, going to learn from it. So about the platforms. Right now I'm on Periscope. I don't go on Periscope very often, and I have to do, thank you for appreciating it. I should go on Periscope more often, because it's easy. No matter where you are, you can, I just set up my tripod, hit go live, and I went live. What I'm going to do with this, though, is download it using an app called Scope Down. And then I'm going to upload it to my Facebook. I'm going to upload it to YouTube. I'm going to tweet about it. I'm going to Instagram about it. And I'm going to put it on my blog. So when you have a website, and you should have a website, you have to have content. And you might feel like it's overwhelming, because not only do you have to write, you have to edit, you might have to work your day job, you have a family, you have all these things that you have to do. And it feels like social media is just one more thing that's eating up your time. Well, look, I say get on all of them. Whatever comes up, set up a profile. You do not have to be on each of those profiles all the time. Once a week when you think about it. Now, a lot of people say focus on one social media platform and really just, go balls to the wall with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. But I also feel like if somebody types your name into Google, then all of your social media should pop up. Because if you're only on Twitter, what about the readers who are not on Twitter? If you're only on Pinterest, what about the readers who are not on Pinterest? So you need to at least have book covers, some kind of bio information, a link to the social media platform or websites that you use more often. Provide that link on all of them so that people know where to find you. Because part of the hard part, and I'm sorry, there's a truck coming by, and there's a loud truck. We're going to let this Mack truck go by a little bit. Hey, thanks everybody while we're waiting for the truck to go by. Thanks for joining in. Thank you for putting up the hearts. I appreciate it. Okay, so as I was saying, you want readers to be able to find you everywhere. And if there's not a lot of content on that profile, at least provide a link to a profile or a website where there is more content. Also, use the feeder functions that these social media platforms have to save time. Repurpose your content. Like I said, this video is going to be on my Facebook. It's going to be on my Instagram. It's going to be on my website. It's going to be on my YouTube. It'll probably eventually migrate to a members only paying section of my website. Okay, because even this social media content that you have, at some point you can take it back, sell it. Okay? Always be thinking about income, ways to reach out and engage with your audience. So the feeder things, like when you post to Instagram, you can choose to have it post to Facebook, to Tumblr, to Twitter. So set your account up so that if you take a cool picture or you make a cool video, all you have to do is push a button and it automatically shares to another social media platform. So right there, you're saving time, you're optimizing all your platforms, and you're building content, okay? Because people don't want to just see you be cute. Yeah, that's just like the bonus, but they want that meat there, okay? So the pictures of you looking cute and having fun with your friends, that's dessert, but always keep in mind that you're an artist and you're a business. So you have to, stick to business. Another thing about maximizing social media for writers, what you really need to do is optimize the use of video. Because we're writers and we deal in the spoken word, we write. That's like all we do, right? We deal with words. Jeez, what is this truck doing? So our blog posts tend to be content heavy with words. We write a lot on Facebook because we have room for words and we're not, limited by 140 characters or less, or 30 seconds a minute for an Instagram video, or 10 seconds for a snap. So we use a lot of words. But here's the thing. Let's keep it real. We got to keep it a buck. As much as I love being an author, as much as I have a passion for the written word, people are visual. They want to be able to see you. They want to be able to hear you. They want to get a feel for your energy, for your personality. They want to know, do you really know what it is you're talking about? Because people can always just type up some words. They can cut and paste and steal somebody's words. Showing, is proof. Seeing is believing. So make sure that you utilize video. It does. It adds a connection and body language. That's what Lean On Me says. And it's true. People need to feel your sincerity. They need to see your passion. And it also just breaks up the screen space. Just from a design standpoint, you're looking at words all day. If you're at work and you're typing papers, filing papers, people take breaks and they go on social media to get away from words. But you're selling words. Okay, so I'm not saying don't write, but just bear in mind that, like, just this week, Mike magazine, they fired like a lot of people because they don't need as many staff writers. They're going to be replacing some of the staff writers with videos. So if you don't want to be replaced, you better make sure that you add video to your social media. That's why I'm on here right now, because I'm not great, I don't think, on camera. And so I know that with anything, practice helps you become more comfortable, and it helps you, become more smooth. So I got to do more videos, and it's just more content that you can share. My next to last tip is not the time to be humble. You have to toot your own horn. Your passion becomes visual. People don't want to buy something from you that you don't believe in. If you can't come out and say, you know what, I really want you to buy my book. I spent a lot of time on it. I put my blood, my passion, my sweat, tears, long nights. I think this book can help you. I think that this book will entertain you. You have to be not, super braggadocious. Here comes that truck again. You don't have to be, Jay-Z level with it, but you do not have to put on a false sense of humility. Say that you're good. Say that you're being honored. Say that you're nominated for something. Say that you made it to the top of a list. Say that you had a good day and you were able to not only meet your 1,000 word type writing goal, you exceeded it by 5 and you wrote 5,000 words today. All of those things let people know who you are. So you do not have to be super duper humble. Just don't be an asshole. And if you have asshole tendencies, because I kind of do, try and tone it down a little bit because you want people to like you enough to at least buy something and then fall in love with the product, okay? Because people do buy things from folks that they don't like. But usually we buy things from people who make us feel comfortable and make us feel like, you're a part of our life and our circle. Last tip, don't spam. What do I mean by spam? Buy this, and then that's it. You have to engage with your followers. You have to engage with your future readers, even if it's as simple as just liking their comment or you putting up an emoji, a sticker. You know, try to acknowledge as many of your followers as you can, because that's what the social part of social media is. Not just look at me, I'm fabulous and I'm smart and I'm successful and I'm a boss. Look at me. You know, you want to have an engagement, a two-way dialogue, and be social with the people on social media. Okay. Let's see if I can think of anything else off the dome. Oh, follow people, right? Like their comments. Follow other writers. Okay, I just got stung by a bee and had to go to the ER. That bee better stop messing with me. I'm not trying to go back to the hospital. My EpiPen is in the car. Yeah, so follow other authors, writers, people who are not at the level that you are, up and comers. Follow legends, reach out to them, because you will be surprised at how many, like, for real celebrities will actually engage with you on social media, and then you look up and then that person is actually a part of your life. Real talk. About, let's see, so it's 2017, so in about 2005, I added Questlove to MySpace. People always, like, they see from my Instagram or from like Facebook or Twitter that like I interact with Questlove, and they see, you know, pictures and I'm at Roots shows and stuff. Like, how does she know the Roots? And some people assume it's because I'm from Philly, but I left Philly when I was a baby, so that's not it. Even though his mom and I and my mom worked in the same building, I don't even know if they knew each other. But anyway, I added him on MySpace, and he said, hey. And I had like a little crush on Questlove. Not gonna even lie. I was like, ooh, I like that little chunky drummer. And just interacted with him, talking for years. I'm talking years. 10 years later, I finally met him. And we've been like friends, like for real friends, ever since. Sometimes we ain't friends, because sometimes we don't get along. But that's crazy, right? You meet one of your idols online and then they become a part of your life. When I was at the National Black Book Club conference years ago, this is when my first book came out, I'm checking in to the hotel, and I believe my publicist at the time, Linda Duggins, came up to me and she said something, and she was like, Maida, oh, this is Walter Mosley. Walter Mosley, this is Maida Smith. And Walter Mosley said to me, so you're Maida Smith? And I'm like, yeah. How the hell do you know who I am, Mr. Devil in a Blue Dress? Walter Mosley had read my blog, my little old blog. Because when my first book came out, The Rolex Club, Anniversary Edition is available online and in stores. Check it out. So when I wrote my first book, The Rolex Club, it's about a stripper who becomes a model, who becomes a rapper. And because I used to be a video girl and a model, and I lived in Miami, and I did draw from some personal experiences, for some reason people who did not grasp the concept that the book was fiction, that it was made up, it was not my life, right? Because I'm not a rapper. Hello? I mean, I can rap, but I'm not a rapper. And so when the press was coming out before the release of the book, this was like around the same time that Corinne Steffens' Superhead had her book out. So people were calling me another Superhead. They're like, oh, I heard about her. She did X, Y, and Z. And when I say that, people were mean. I read online, like, I had A's. You know she fuck all the rappers. I'm like, who? Who? What rappers am I fucking? How come I don't have the bags and the swag and all this other stuff? Like, if I'm with all these people, when did all of this happen? Because I'm a real open person, so if I did something, I would fess up to it. I mean, it's not like I never dated a rapper. I have dated a rapper, but not at that time. Like, I had dated a rapper like 10 years before that. Like, the whole time I was doing videos, I never dated any rappers. So anyway, I sounded off on my blog, And I was like, y'all don't know me. I mean, and the stuff was like really cool. I read like, oh, she got AIDS. Everybody knows she got AIDS. My mother cried when she read some of the comments on my Black Voices podcast, because people were just going in, and she's like, why do people even think this about you? Because some folks don't know the difference between fiction and nonfiction. They don't understand creativity, poetic license, drawing upon one's experiences and writing about them. But I wasn't tripping, because I'm like, I was tripping because I don't like people talking crazy about me. Don't get reckless. I am from the south side of Chicago. But people were talking about me, talking about a book that wasn't even going to come out for like 2 months. Pre-orders were in. I was shooting up the charts. My dad was like, baby girl, you made it. And so I sounded off on my blog and had this little, hissy fit and it was on Blogger. And Walter Mosley had read it. And he took me to lunch. So I got to go to lunch with a best-selling author whose books have gone to movies. He was Bill Clinton's favorite author. I ended up going to dinner with him and Terry McMillan, all because of social media. Make it work for you. Keep on making it work for you. Oh, last tip, be consistent. Okay, you can't write a blog post and listen, the reason I'm filming this is because I have to hold myself to task with these things too. Because as writers, we just want to sit in and write all day. That's what we love to do. Sometimes we like, fuck all that business stuff. Like, I don't care about, somebody else can do that. Somebody else can be my publicist. Somebody else can hype me up. No, you do have to cut off art and business, okay? Because it's business. But you have to be consistent. So one blog post today and then not another one for 4 months, that's not consistent. One IG post today and then not another one for 2 weeks, that's not consistent. The followers that you gain, they'll get bored and they'll leave. So you have to give them something to feed them. Like, try once a day. Instagram for me is my personal favorite because it's just, it's pictures, it's video, it's more visual. And it's easier for me to do every day because even if I don't have a cute picture or a video, then I could just throw up, a meme. But people are going to want to keep connecting with you. Once you hook them in, you don't want to lose them. So you gotta be consistent. Also, use hashtags. Never know where the next break will come from. Stay true to self and keep grinding. It will come. Yo, Lean On Me is giving some good advice. I'm gonna make sure that I follow you, Lean On Me. I hope you broadcast because you got it. But also use your hashtags. Let me tell you, my niece and my best friend, they're laughing. Oh, she uses like so many hashtags. That's not cool. I know hashtags can be kind of annoying to some people, especially if you use a bunch of them. Like, use relevant hashtags that relate to your post. Okay, cool. Use hashtags that are relevant to your post. Instagram lets you use 30 hashtags. Why are you not using them? If you only have 100 followers, how are people going to find you? Hashtags. Because sometimes they click on a hashtag to see what everybody else is saying, or to grab a meme, or to look at your videos. So use your hashtags and take notes about what hashtags work best for your post. It's going to be different for everybody. So, if I put hashtag fashion, that's not going to necessarily help me out because I'm a writer and I don't really write about fashion. So use the hashtags that are relevant. Don't let anybody shame you into not using hashtags, because I have found so many people and people have found me using hashtags. Just do it. It ain't hurt nobody. It's not gonna hurt anybody. Let's see, can I think of anything else? I said be consistent and use hashtags. Yeah. Okay, so as my friend that I talked about at the beginning of this broadcast, Tyra Martin, super producer at WGN, says, when you don't have anything left to say, stop talking. So with that, I'm going to wish everybody a happy rest of the afternoon. I don't know where you are. Hopefully the weather is nice where you are. Thank you so much. I love when people call me queen. You're welcome for this. I'm glad that you came in. I promise I'm going to be back more. I'm going to follow you too. All you people that are in Texas, in Louisiana, praying for you, praying for your safety. Look out for each other. Don't go too crazy. Be careful. Follow directions and advice. Do not play with Mother Nature and this hurricane, okay? Because I used to live in Miami and it's no joke. So be safe out there. Come visit my website, metasmith.com, metasmith.com. Also, one last thing I want to tell you about is my free class Fridays. My next free class Friday is coming September 8th. If you go to my website, metasmith.com/free class Fridays, you can find the sign-in page. Just give me your name, your email. I'll send you a couple free gifts and also register you and send you a link to where you can view a class. September's class is going to be about, can you actually self-publish? Like, not hypothetical you. Do you have the resources, the time, the ability, the network to publish your own book, or should you try to get a book deal? Now, I usually charge for this kind of stuff, so you would want to take advantage of free class Fridays, okay? And what happens if you can't make it at that time? Guess what? You get added to a free private to the replay, so you'll be able to watch it. It's a live stream. You also be able to call in and listen, so make sure that you check your email and add me to your inbox so that it doesn't get lost in the junk, so that you get the phone number to either call in, the link to watch the video, and the link to the replay. And you can also ask me lots of questions, and I'll answer them. So hopefully I'll see you September 8th at Free Class Friday. Have a great weekend, but hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. All right, peace and positive vibes. I'm out.